Hello everybody, it's Robbie here, and today I'm coming to you with a STEM review. So this is going to be the first in a series. Actually, I think there's one other video I can go ahead and add to the playlist that I will be creating for STEM activities. So there'll be two to start, and then from this point forward, I'm going to continue to add to that playlist for STEM resources. And I know not everybody considers STEM an important part of their homeschool, but for us it really has been, and I was introduced to the idea of including STEM, or at least prioritizing STEM in our homeschool through Timberdoodle. And in all of their kits they include a number of STEM items, or at least one, and it just depends on the kit, but I've seen one or more STEM items in all of their kits. So when we first started homeschooling, we used Timberdoodle kits. STEM was a part of all of those kits. So that's why I started incorporating STEM into our just everyday homeschool routine. Now, we don't always do STEM every day, but I try to make it a priority to do at least several times a week. And the reason for that is because it is a really good tool for problem solving and for logic and just stimulating the part of the brain that will be used in other more traditional subjects like math and science and that sort of thing. So anyway, I said all that just to say that we got this from Timberdoodle and they offered this at a discount, but I've had this on my wish list for several years actually. So I was really excited to be able to get it. And what's funny is after I brought it home, or after it came in the mail, I didn't bring it home. After it came in the mail, I kept asking my son, who's 10, and that's who I actually got this for. It says ages 8 to 99, and I would agree with this age range. It would be super fun for any age, but 8 years old, I think, could easily do this with help or even on their own, especially in the early lessons. And I'll explain all of that and show you the instruction booklet here in just a second. But I kept asking if he wanted to do this, and he kept hemming around about it, or saying no, or saying he wanted to do something else. And I was really surprised. I figured that this would grab his attention and he would be really excited about it. Come to find out, I finally just was like, why do you not want to do this? This was so up his alley that I couldn't even understand why he wouldn't want to do it, and he said he was intimidated by it. So I managed to convince him that he didn't need to be intimidated, that it starts at age 8, that it would start easy and build on itself, and the lessons would build, I should say. And sure enough, he started building the different layouts that they give you in the instruction booklet and just fell in love with it. And he kept saying, Mom, thank you for getting this for me, thank you for getting this for me. And so he ended up just loving it. But this build that they're showing on the front is one of the more complex builds, and so if they're looking at this, they might be a little intimidated by it. For whatever reason, my son was, so I just thought I'd throw that out there. I'm going to open this up and kind of show it to you, and then I'll show you a build that my son did here recently that I got on film. This isn't the instruction booklet, but it does sort of provide an overview of the set or the kit, and tell you what each piece is. It's written in numerous languages, so you're only going to need the first couple of pages, 3 pages in English, and the rest is in various languages. So it tells you what the different pieces are. There's the base plates, the tracks, these little platforms. They call it a height tile. There's a large one, a small one. They've got balls in different colors. There's some silver ones and some colored ones. The launch pad, which has a button that you push and it launches the marble. The curves, the basic tiles, the landings, which there's little green separate pieces I'll show you that fit into these little hexagon pieces, and that's where the marbles will land. and then there's a finish line, a junction piece, a 3-in-1, a 2-in-1, a switch, magnetic cannon. I can show you that as well. And a vortex, a free fall where the ball goes through the hole, a catcher, a splash, and then the leveled platforms, which means that you can build on itself and make it different levels. And that's what was done on that build that you saw on the front of the box. It makes it look a little more complex. And then also the Timberdoodle includes an expansion pack with the GraviTrax set that they sell, and it's a little zip line. And we have yet to use that, but it's you can buy expansion packs for this. So if you get to the place, here, I'll show you. This is it. It's a little zip line. And if you can get to the place where you've extinguished the different builds that are in this set, you can buy expansion packs so that you can continue to use it. So this is the instruction booklet, and it starts with track A, and it literally walks you through step by step. Once you put the board together, there's 4 different pieces to the baseboard, and then you can literally count spaces in order to figure out where to lay your riser tiles, or whatever you want to call them, height tiles, I think they called it. So as you can see, track A was really, really simple, but it does walk you through step by step. This is what the final looks like, and then they've got step 1, 2, and 3, and then they put a finish flag there to show that you're at the finish line there. And then track B, track C, and it goes all the way through track I, F. As you see, they get more complex as they go along. There's track H. Looks like that one's got some risers. Or not risers, the platforms, so that you can do multi-level build there. And then track I. And then you get to the second half of the book, and then you've got other builds that you can do, but they don't walk you through step by step on these. They figure if you get to this point, after doing all of these, then you should be able to just look at the illustration and build it on your own without having the step by step instructions. And they're rated by difficulty, so 1 would be obviously a really easy build, 2 would be a little more difficult, and it kind of goes through those. See, that one's going to be more difficult. That one's going to be the most difficult. And then it starts again with some easy ones and then goes to more difficult ones. And then starts again with the easy, going to the more difficult builds. And of course, you can always do your own. Certainly no reason you can't. So just to show you what the pieces look like, I'll just go through and just kind of show you what they look like. These are the tracks, and again, they're plastic, but they have little hooks on the ends, and they'll sit right in the edges of the white hex tiles, which are these. As you can see, there's quite a few. So these are those tiles. These are the little areas where the hooks go into, and then in here would be some sort of a landing piece, most likely. And that's these little green pieces fit right in here. So, and then we have these specialty pieces. This is a magnet launcher, which you'll see in action when I show you what he built today. A ball will hit this end, and it hits the magnet, and then there's a ball here and another ball here, and the force of this magnet, this ball hitting this magnet pushes the other ball out. It's pretty cool. This is the launcher. You push the button and it launches the marble. These are the height tiles. These are the large ones. And these are the small ones. This is the expansion pack. I didn't keep the box, I'm sorry. I just wanted fewer boxes to have to keep track of. So I put it in its own baggie, and all the pieces to the little zip line dealy bobber are in here. So these are those riser platforms so that you can do multi-level builds. And there's 2 of those. This is just one of the 4 boards that you build from. This the bases. There's 4 of these that fit together like a puzzle. So you have 2 and 2. And so it makes a really large workspace. It wouldn't even fit in frame here if I were to actually put it together. And then here are the marbles. And the interesting thing about these marbles is they're different weights. So the different colors have different weights. So I think these feel like they're the heaviest. And I don't know, it's hard to explain, but like if you don't use the right color, it might not work right because the different weights make the set do different things. The different weighted marbles do different things. So these 3 have are different colors than these because you'll use them in different ways. And we found out the hard way that that's important because we couldn't get something to work right, and I finally asked him to change out the colors to match what was in the instruction booklet, and it made all the difference. And they feel like they weigh differently, or they feel like they're different weights. It feels like these silver ones are heavier than the colored ones. So that's it on that. I'm going to go ahead and show you what he built and show it in action. All right, so what are you doing?
I'm going to test out my project for GraviTrax.
GraviTrax?
1, 2, 3, go!
Sweet! Hopefully this works. The end of my video got cut off, so I've been trying to record this little snippet here, and I keep having technical difficulties. So I hope this works. But anyway, I just wanted to point out that this kit comes with over 100 components, and the instruction booklet will tell you how many of each piece you're supposed to have. And then also, just wanted to thank you for staying with me through this video and for visiting my channel today. If you like this kind of content, please do subscribe and like this video. I have currently a 10-year-old who's going into 5th grade, and I'll be focusing mainly on that particular child's homeschool journey. My other 2 older ones have graduated. My middle son is graduating this year, and my oldest graduated a few years ago. So what I plan to do for high school is just talk about some of our favorite curriculum along the way and give you some reviews there, but for the most part it'll be focusing on the younger one. So if, again, you think that this would interest you, please do subscribe. We would love to have you as part of the family here, and we will be doing more videos in the future. I will talk to you shortly. Have a great rest of your day.